We are Ham Radio. Welcome back, everybody. It's Freddie Mac, your ham radio crusader, and I'll bet you've been trying to use the Node Remote phone app on your new ASL3 All-Star Node, and maybe not having success with that. Well, I'm hoping this video will help you out with that. So as usual, get to your landing page for your Raspberry Pi version of your ASL3 node, hit the web admin portal, and log in. Now, the first thing we need to do is go to networking, go to the firewall area, hit edit rules and zones, and let's add a service. 5038, and there it is. It's the All-Star Manager. Click on that and add the service. This allows the Node Remote app through the local firewall of your All-Star node. And as you can see, 5038 is added to your firewall. Now let's go down to the terminal and let's do some work in there, shall we? Let's go to cd etc asterisk. We've got to go in here and modify the manager.conf file. So we're going to go sudo space nano space manager.conf. Now, as you can see here, we have our general stanza and our admin stanza, and this is what we use to set our asterisk AMI password. Now, I'm not covering this password up because this node's not going to last. I've just set this node up for the purposes of this video. But in the first stanza under general, you're going to want to comment out this line, come down underneath it, and I like to put a little space in there between, and let's add bind addr space equals space 0.0.0.0. And then we're going to come down here to the admin section and go past it. Now you can use admin as your login name and secret as your password in the Node Remote app, but there is another way that you can just make it a little easier on yourself. And let's make a new stanza here. A bracket. I'm going to put in KD5FMU bracket, and then secret space equals space password 1234, and then return, and add this line, which are these next two lines, which is always better if you add them one at a time. You've got a read and you've got a write line here. Now then, effectively we've created another user in the asterisk universe here on our local node, and this just gives us something a little easier to remember. So we're going to hit Control X, yes to save, enter to exit, and then sudo astres.sh to restart the asterisk server. Hear that? Now that node that you're hearing has a whine in it because it's running off a dummy load for an antenna, so it's not going to sound perfect, but I have it here nearby so that you can hear the progress as we make it. So now we've done everything we need to do here in our node, and I know we probably don't need to do this. I always like to reboot. Sudo reboot leads the way. Now let's go over to the app, shall we? Okay, so now we have our Node Remote app open, and the first thing we got to do is hit that plus sign in the upper right hand corner and create a new entry for the node we're configuring. This node is 576333. The username we put in was KD5FMU, and the password was capital P ASSWORD1234. And the local node IP address here is 192.168.1.122, and that port will remain 5038. So now you've usually got to try to refresh the screen or back out of the app and back in again to make the node refresh onto the screen. And now that we have it back open, you see it there at the bottom, 576333, and then we can click on it. Now you can see it's authenticated, and we can make a choice here and make sure it connects. And let's try my repeater in Preston.
Node 57788 connected to node 57633.
Now we're connected to my repeater up in Preston, Oklahoma. This app only gives you connect, disconnect, and a few other minor controls. You don't get to transmit and talk through it, but it's really handy if you're on the same network as your AllStar node. Now we can disconnect by hitting the red button, and I can hit disconnect all or enter the node number, and this node number is 57788. Hit the disconnect, and we're disconnected. Now you could put in several different presets here. You can see we have 9, 10, 11 of them on this screen, and it's not that hard to deal with, and you probably already know how to use it if you've been using it already. But there's one thing to remember. The Apple version, the iOS version of Node Remote, allows you several different connections, as you saw on the screen, but the Android version only allows you one node connection pre-saved in the app, and I don't know why that is. I just know that it is. And I think it allows up to 6 presets. It may allow more that you can scroll through, but I've never really put a whole lot of them on there. But here it is, Node Remote on your AllStarLink version 3 Raspberry Pi node. I'm sure this same version will work on anything that's on your local network. I don't know of any of them that will allow you to operate this node remotely outside of your network, rather. I haven't researched that a lot. If I am ever successful in making that connection, I'll send it your way. This is Freddie Mac, your ham radio crusader, saying 73s, wishing all the good signals to be yours, and ham on, y'all.